All right, good morning, everyone. This is Karen, and I am live with you this morning, Wednesday, and the date is February 12th, 2025, and I will be winging it on Wednesday. So I'm just waiting for my laptop to catch up with me, and then we'll get started. I haven't seen it come through yet, so hopefully, there we go. Hopefully I won't have the same issues that I did on Monday with the live on Monday. So got one person looks like on right now. Let us know where you're watching from. That was always fun to know where people are watching from. And I don't know. How about your favorite Stampin' Up color? That's always interesting too. I find I gravitate more towards spring colors this time of the year. But in front of you, we've got the pretty peacock, and that's a dark color. So, but anyway, we are going to be making 2 cards today. A simple one, and then maybe a stepped up version as well using the Happiest Day stamp set. So let's just give it one more minute before, looks like we've got 4 on, so that's great. I'm going to run over and grab my card club cards so you can see those. Let's see. So I changed up my card club. If you are on my email list, you would have gotten the new news. I have, this is kind of this version here. I'm really not sure what I want to do with this card yet, so I'm still kind of designing it, but Craft and Connect through Card Club. This is my Craft and Connect is through is my new like phrase I'm going to be using. This is my monthly card club. It's changing right now. People that are subscribed with me right now, no changes whatsoever. Your price is remaining the same, so don't worry about that. But for those that are not on or were subscribed, or maybe was subscribed and left and now maybe want to come back, I've got 3 different options for you. The first option is the $40 monthly recurring subscription plan. And with that, after 6 consecutive months, you'll receive a $25 gift from me. It will be Stampin' Up! Products. So that's always fun to receive. I always have somebody, at least one person, receiving a $25 gift from me every single month. Some a lot more, like 4 or 5 in 1 month's time. But option number 2 is, say you don't want any recurring subscription plans, then I have another option for you. At $44, you can purchase month to month. There's no subscription plan needed. Of course, that's going to be a little bit more money for you, but that is just another option. And then option 3 is a PDF tutorial download. That gets would be downloaded after Card Club ships, and that is $20 for a purchase. So these are the quick, they're not really quick and simple cards. I use the Happiest Day stamp set. That is what we're focusing on this month, and the Mediterranean Blooms paper, because I love citrus at this time of year, and it brings a lot of, I don't know, citrus always seems to be like a warm and inviting fruit. So I always love to eat citrus this time of year because I think it's the best time. All right, so here's another card design, and this is wishing you the happiest birthday. Lots of nice sentiments in this stamp set. Of course, it's the happiest day, right? And then this one here, I'm still a little struggling with. I'm really not sure. But this is going to be the design. I'll probably make it up in a different pattern of paper too. This is called You're the Best. And this one does not have the designer series paper on the inside. I think adding that designer paper, taking that extra step and cutting another 4 by 5 1/4 piece and adding it to the inside really shows the paper a lot more. And, it's not as boring, right? So if you open up this card here, and then let's open up this one, you'll see a major difference there. So personally, I would love to receive this one here on the left. So this is another idea for you to use up your designer paper. All right, and then let me show you the last card. This was the other design I came up with. I didn't know if this was like too orangey and greenish. So I just reversed the other side of the paper, and this is what you get with this one too. So I'm not really sure which one I like. I'm not really gravitating towards any of them. So I may try a different design of paper in the pack. Oh, and then this month you'll get a full 12 by 12 pack of the Mediterranean blooms and also the low profile dots here. That equals $20 even. So this is a fun fold using one sheet of the lemon lolly, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's got the Mediterranean blooms designer paper on there. So it's a little bit of a fun fold there. And then you make me feel like glitter in the sun. So this morning I was just looking outside of my back window of my house here in Vermont, and we had just gotten some snow on Sunday, and the sun was coming up and it was just glittering the snow. So that was, I really thought of this sentiment, you make me feel like glitter in the sun, and it certainly was glittering out there. So we'll be getting more snow tonight, and let's see, tomorrow, Sunday, like we've got like 5 or 6 storms coming in the next week. So we'll see how much snow we can get on my front lawn. There's already quite a bit of snow. So Monday, we made these 2 cards. I had a lot of fun creating them. Wishing you the happiest birthday. Using the Full of Life designer paper. Is a 6 by 6 paper pack. And I used the Spotlight and Nature dies here. And we did some fussy cutting with the dragonfly. And then I actually stamped another one for the inside and just layered it on there. Brought it down in case you don't like to write a lot in your cards. You can just have this area down here. And then our envelope is just all designed really nicely with our pretty paper there. And then this one, actually, I really, really love this card. I still contemplating, should I have put the iridescent ribbon going across horizontally? I'm not quite sure still. But I love this little star glittery, like almost looks like snowflakes in a way, but it's just glitter, right? And I was thinking maybe this would look really cool embossed in like a silver or gold, maybe black, white. All those colors would work really nicely too. I'm not going to do that today. I don't have enough time to get my heat tool out, but we'll be making 2 other cards using this stamp set. So here I stamped the outline of the sun, and then in the inside, and then I stamped over it saying, hey, H-E-Y. So I really enjoyed working with this stamp set here. So if you're on my email list, you would have had the opportunity to download the instructions for this card here. It's still available. It's on my website, inspiredbygraham.com. I think it's the second. I put out a post last night, so I think it's on Monday night is when I added it to my blog. So it's just basically what we use, the main supplies. We've got tools and such, measurements, so you'll know how to cut your cardstock and designer paper, and then all of the instructions from stamping all the way to designing your envelope. So you're welcome to take this, download it to your computer, print it out, and save it for future use. So I'm going to try to do that a little bit more, so you guys can have more PDFs from me. It does take a little bit of extra time to do that, but I'm trying to get my organization better and trying to just maximize my time while I'm in my craft room, which isn't very many days in a week because I'm still dealing with my parents' estate and working a couple of days a week too. So, and actually it's going to be 3 days because Saturday I'm working all day long. We have a Parks and Recreation event. It's 1 in the afternoon is called Sons and Moms event, and then in the evening it's Valentine's dance with daughters, dads. So anyway, all day long Valentine's events for me on Saturday. And on Sunday, I'll be probably a day of rest. There's no more football. So unfortunately, the Chiefs did not win. My husband's and my son's a huge Chiefs fan. And I don't know what happened to them. They just were not playing up to par. Or the Eagles defense was just so good, right? But anyway, I've got, oh, hey, Kathleen, I see your name there, Sheila and Carla. So thanks so much. I'm going to get started. So what I've been doing is I've been taking my card swaps that I've been in and recreating it in whatever stamp set or bundle I'm using. So this one here was created by Debbie Sowards of, let's see, it doesn't say where she's from. It would be the United States. But anyway, Debbie Sowards. And it's just using strips of, your designer paper and stamping up here. So I've never actually done this. So I'm going to, see, I'm learning with you guys too. So I am going to change it up just a little bit because you guys know me. I love to add panels first underneath my white, just a skinny little panel because I think it just sets off the card much better. So there's nothing wrong with this card. It's just my designing. I always like to have panels underneath. So I am going to be, got all my little panels here. I'll go over what my card base here is. And it is shaded spruce. And we've got it cut 8.5 by 5.5, and I've already pre-scored it at 4 1/4. I'll just take my very used bone folder and run that back and forth. I got this at Unstage last year, so it's almost a year old. And it is like, you can't get, I use my bone folders to, when I refill my ink pads, I use the bone folder to smooth out the ink, and that's why they look kind of very used. Okay, so the shaded spruce is going to be opening this way, just like the just a note card. Okay, then I'm going to layer my white on a piece of shaded spruce, not shaded spruce, shamrock, shy shamrock, and this is cut 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then here is my white panel, which is 3 3/4 by 5. I'm not going to add this on yet because we need to add all the strips on first, and then we'll add it on. So we'll set these aside. And I'm probably going to, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to stamp a dragonfly yet or not, because this one here, it's just a sentiment. So I may just do that. So anyway, I've got my Full of Life designer paper here. I haven't gotten anything. I don't have any strips left over. So I need to create some strips. So it's going to be very random. And I've got some pieces in here that are 3 by 6, so I'll work with those because I want to keep my full sheets. I don't have a lot of full sheets left. This is actually all I have left in this paper pack here. So what I'll do is I'll just go through, and it doesn't look like she is consistent in the strip sizes, because there's some here that look like they're 1/4 of an inch and maybe 1/2 of an inch. Oh, I see what she did. 1/4, 1/2, 1/4. No, 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. So I'm just going to randomly cut strips. I do know that I need to have them 5 inches long or high. So I like this pattern versus what's on this side. It's just me. So I'm going to just randomly cut. Maybe I'll cut 2 from each one, and 1 at 1/2 of an inch and 1 at 1/4 of an inch. And that way I've got a couple different designs I can work with. And then I'm going to just keep cutting along. I'm going to save this one because I like that sunburst. So let's go 1/2 of an inch and then 1/4. So I know we all have lots of scraps in our craft room, so this is a great card to use. up your little strips of designer paper. Now, I could have cut this down to 5 1/4, but I don't want to because I'm going to take that extra strip just to cut off the quarter of, or actually I don't, I'm not going, oh my gosh, got tongue tied there. I don't know what length these are going to be because they start out small and get larger. So I am just cutting them down off the paper here. So got that. Let's do a couple more. I'd like to have some options in colors because we don't know what it's going to look like until we get it done. So I'm going to cut a few more. Maybe I'll just go through like, I don't know, 5 more sheets of paper here. So again, I'm just cutting these at 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. And we'll figure it out as we go. So this is my first time live at 10 o'clock in the morning. Usually I'm either live or I do a pre-recorded video on Wednesdays, but Wednesdays for me are, when I was doing that, I was missing out on my uplines team meeting. And I also have my team meetings on Wednesday. So I have a team meeting tonight at 7 o'clock. And it was just not working out. So I'm trying to come on live in the morning to see how that goes. So we'll give it a try, at least 3 weeks worth, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I think that's plenty. So I'm going to just put this over here. I definitely need a silicone craft sheet for this card. We always should use them, but sometimes I forget. So we've got that here. These are on, I just checked inventory this morning. If you need a silicone craft sheet, make sure you order one like right now because they're on low inventory. You rarely see this item here on low inventory. So if you need one, you might want to come back and put your order in and then come back. And to maybe, you can also watch the replay too, but if you use my host code here, I always give out gifts. So a $35 order using my host code will get you for, let's see, what did I do? Oh, the Greetings for All ephemera pack. That's a really, let me go grab it. I have all of my projects on my wall. I'm using the Stampin' Up! Or dry erase boards, but this is the ephemera pack, and I'm giving this away for a $35 order. It's Merry Christmas, get well soon, congratulations, thinking of you, sending sunshine, happy birthday, thanks, thankful for you, XOXO, just a note, best wishes, happy Christmas, happy Easter, oh happy day, and best wishes. These are stickers. And the quantity, you've got 6 sheets of stickers. So great to have in your craft room. If you don't have stamp sets and ink, these are the way to go. And also, if you don't have time to stamp, you can just create a card front, and then whatever occasion you need to send the card for, you've got some choices there. And my class that I teach on Wednesdays, the 3rd Wednesday of the month at the independent living facility, they don't like to stamp. So I am bringing the Greetings for All ephemera to see if that's something they want to purchase. All right, so I'm working with my seal today because what I'm doing is I'm just adding adhesive. I got my cat's hair there. Across here. I don't want liquid glue because that is going to be like a super hot mess. So I've got all my adhesive here, and now I'm just going to randomly add my strips. No rhyme or reason really. And I want to go over the edge here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So I want to go over the edge so I can, cut this down. So I'm just going to add these on here. And for me, I'm going to turn them over to see what side I like, which is going to go better. I'm going to use this side actually. And I'm also looking at the colors too of the paper, because really only this little bit is going to be shown. Let's add a darker one here. That's the sunburst. I don't really like that side, so I'm going to go with some darker shaded spruce portion of that strip. And then let's go with another little small one. Let's see what this one is. Oh, that's the same one. So that's the back side. Too busy. Oh, I like this one, but I don't want to put that one on yet because I've already got a 1/2 of an inch piece there. So let me grab this little, yeah, let's throw this one in. I think it's going to look good next to this just kind of blank. So now I can't use that one. I'm going to save that one. Let's add the reverse side of the one we just put on. Now you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, but my adhesive, I'm running out. So I didn't go like all the way across. So I just need to sneak in a little bit of adhesive over here. I'm almost done adding the strips on because I don't want to add too many. I want some white space down here. Let's add this one here, and we'll throw some of this yellow and orange in. Oh, shoot, I didn't go all the way to the edge. Darn it. Hold on. Let me just rip this off. There we go. I'm just lining it up edge to edge. So it's super easy. I'm going to finish off with just a little strip. Well, let me use my liquid glue for this last step because it's a really small piece and I can't add in some adhesive or else it's going to be just too wide. So I just need a little thin amount of liquid glue, and I'm just running it up against like the edge of the piece that's already on here. And hopefully we'll be able to stick this on. And make sure I go over edge to edge. There we go. So a little bit of that liquid glue oozed out, and I don't really like that. So I will take my eraser and erase that off and once it dries. Now I have to stamp, because if I don't stamp correctly, I can add another strip of designer paper on here and just keep going. So let's see, I was going to use, because I haven't used this sentiment yet, so excited for you. So I'm just going to stamp it right here. I've got my shaded spruce. That is the card base color. And I like to use the ink that's the card base color. It's just my choice here. I'm going to try to line this up the best I can, but try to get it straight. Okay, and I'm going to add this, keep adding it along because I think it looks a little lonely all by itself. So we're just going to keep going with it. And then we'll come over here and stamp on this side. I got to get it close to that S, or else it's going to look a little funky. There. So excited for you all the way across. Now I can trim it down and we are almost done. I think I'm just going to leave it plain like I had mentioned earlier. That's what the sample card looks like, and that's what I'm going to do. All right, so now we got all of this. We need to trim off. The best scissors to use are your paper snips because they get right towards the edge. So we'll just trim from the back side so we can see the edge of the white. And I just like to take my time doing this. And then we'll come over here and do the same thing. I think this is gonna look really nice. We'll see. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. Now, if you have some coming over the edge, like I didn't get really close here, you can come back and get a little bit closer with your paper snips, because I can see some of that designer paper still on here. It's like just a tiny bit. There we go. All right, all these little scraps, you can reuse them for your corner pieces here, but for me, I'm just going to take this right up, and I got a recycle bin right under my desk here, so I'm just going to throw that all in the recycle bin. These strips, I might do something on the inside of the card with them, so we'll just hang on to those for right now. Oh, this is really pretty, you guys. On my side, I hope you can see what it looks like. I just love all the mixes of the purples here and like the wild wheat yellows and all the greens. Looks really nice. And this does look like a sun with the little circle there of yellow. All right, I'm going to take my glue here, brand new bottle, so it's going to come out really fast. And then I'm layering it on a piece of Shy Shamrock, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Be very gentle here. I'm going to take my eraser here, my adhesive eraser, and just go over it, because I can still feel that glue. And it's just right in the area of where that liquid glue was used for that final strip. Okay, so next step, I'm going to, I think it looks a little lonely, just like that. I want to give it some height and dimension just to get it up off of the card base. So we'll take our Stampin' Dimensionals and we'll do that. I've got some left over from a kit. I'm still using all, oops, I got 2 there. I'm still using all the dimensionals from past kits. They give you, Stampin' Up! Gives you so, a lot of extra supplies in our kits and Paper Pumpkin that, like, as you guys know, if you follow me, I've been using this same sheet of dimensionals for quite a few videos lately. All right, so then we will flip this over. Oh, shoot, I got some, you know what? There's some ink on here. Look at that. I just made a mess with the shaded spruce. Oh, Lord. Maybe I'm going to have to put now a dragonfly on the front. Maybe I can, I'll get an embellishment. Maybe I can cover it up. We'll see. I hope so, because, or... Oh, what do you guys think? Should I just add a strip in here and that covers it up? Like, let me find a smaller one. This might be, that's too busy. I think it has to be like a bluish or green color. What do you guys think? Should I use an embellishment or should I try to cover it up? I think it's going to have to be a 1/2 inch. Ooh, this one is nice because it brings in all of the colors. Yes. Just signed up for email. Perfect. Thank you, Sheila. So you think I should add that strip on here? I think it actually adds a lot to it because I can see the words now. So let's see. I'm going to have to sneak my paper snips under here to trim it off, but I'm going to add the adhesive to the back side of this one here. I'm going to use my seal. I don't have to go all the way to the edge because I'm not using the entire piece. So let's see what we got. So it ends about right here. And all right, so I need to add some more adhesive. I'm just going to go all the way to the end. All right, I want some of this purplish berry burst color to show. And let's see if I've got it. Oop, it's not quite over the edge on the right side here, so I got to pull it up some more. This is going to barely fit this strip. Oh, I'm off by just a little bit again. Hold on. It's barely gonna fit. I'm just being too picky, I guess. I'm trying to get the same amount of white space that's on the bottom of the words on the top here too. Okay. I think this is gonna be fine. So let's see. What I can do is, I don't know if you guys know this trick. You can try to peel these off, but usually when you peel them off, you're gonna get paper too, and they're no good. So take your paper snips and come in between the two panels and then just cut. You're gonna cut into the dimensional there. And then there's one in the middle. There, I got them off, okay? And what I'll do is I'll just rub these and they come off fairly easy, especially the ones, these dimensionals are a little bit different than our normal ones. They're a little bit smaller but higher. And generally speaking, the kit dimensionals are, make sure that ink is on the other side. They're a little bit different than our normal ones. They're either a little bit bigger or a little, I find that they're a little bit taller in height than anything, but these are taller and smaller, and I actually like the size. All right, so get most of that off. Let's just trim this off here and we'll take a look and see what it looks like here. Not too bad, and I can cover up some of this with an embellishment. So I am very happy with that, and I by adding that little strip there on there. And I like the font of this. So Excited for You. I don't know what that font is, but it's really nice. It's about 1/4 of an inch in height as well. Sometimes it's hard to stamp with those such small sentiments, but let's see, where did my dimensionals go? Right in front of me, I am sure. Oh yeah, I put them over there. Okay, so we're just gonna add 5 more. And get them pressed down really well. I'm gonna take my piercing tool just to take them off really quickly. Okay, and now let's add this right on here. And press it down very carefully. The inside of this card, okay, we need something on the inside because it's too dark. And I always add panels on here as well. So what I will do is I like to just use the same, like some designer paper that's in here. So it's got to have some green in it. So I used this one the other day. Oh, this one will work right there. It's got all the colors in that I want. So what I'll do is I'll just cut this down 4 by 5 1/4. And then here's a nice little strip that I can use for another card. And 5 1/4. I can use this strip as well. And we'll add this one in. And for me, I like the blue at the top because that resembles the sky for me, like a sunset, and then the green grass. So this gets set right on here. Nice little border around the top, bottom, left, and right. And then we need some white. So you can do a number of things. You can just use, I like to now use a 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 little piece of white, or you can use a die cut. And I've got plenty of those, so I'm gonna just go grab some. Let's see, where did they go? I've been finishing up a lot of cards, a lot of card kits and such that I've had, or maybe I've had in just over the years. And so far I've got over 200 cards created. So it's been a long task of doing this. I've started probably, I don't know, a month and a half ago, and I only do it when I have spare time, which is very rarely, but I've been forcing myself now to do, make 10 a day. That way I'll know I'll eventually get through it. And I've already made, last night I made 40, and today I've already made 10. So I'm getting there. Got some more little glue here. I'm losing the battle with the liquid glue this month for some reason. Okay, so that is our card. Embellishments. I really didn't think of what embellishments I wanted to use today, but the ones I've been using on some of the cards, card kits, are these 24, 26 in color shimmer gems. And I think I'm going to use the green that's in here. And I have one left on this other sheet here. So let's grab one of those. I gotta rearrange my desk here. It's a like crazy mess. I like to add 3. So there's a little spot of green right here. So let's see if I can cover that up. It might look kind of funky down there, but we'll see. That goes in my recycle bin. And now I'm just going to grab a few more of these. Let's see. If I put one over here, it won't look so lonely. And then we like to form a triangle. So I'm just going to put this one up here. It looks, I don't know if I like that. I might just like it plain white with no embellishments. Let me think about that for a little bit, but I really like this card. It's so cool. So here's our inspiration card. The envelope, you guys, what I would do is you could just take more of these little strips and add them. So you're kind of forming the same design, kind of speak, on your envelope. So I'm going to do that for you. So let me just grab my silicone craft sheet so we can protect my desk, and we're using a lot of adhesive too. So I'm just going to run this right up 2 times maybe. We'll see, maybe 3. And I'm going to go this way with that sunburst. And I'm going right to the edge. And then let's pull in like a sun, like a bright sky. So we'll go with, ooh, this one right here, maybe. This one or this one. And I'm just going to, let's see what this looks like. We'll just trim this off here. I send out envelopes like this a lot, and my postmaster never rejects them. So I say it's safe to send them like this. There we go. Ooh, that's kind of cool. But you guys know me, odd numbers rule. So I'm going to add another strip here just because 3 is better than 2. Odd numbers are a little bit more pleasing to the eye. So let's sneak some more seal in here. And we'll take this piece. I want to get some of that orange in, but as much of the orange in as I can. There. Oops. Well, the seal didn't go. Let's try that again. Get this adhesive off. There. So they get that right to the edge. There we go. So that's my envelope. I'm not sure if I like it with the sunburst or not, but it is it. And so here is the card we just made. Then our inspiration card and our envelope that goes with this one here on the left. So let me know. Should I have, here's the question for you. Should I have added the embellishments? That's my question to you. While you guys are thinking about it and posting your comments, I am going to clean up my area so I can be ready for my next presentation. All right, when I don't see any comments coming through right yet, so I'll give you guys just another minute to voice your opinion. I'm gonna keep these scraps. I might make another one of those cards tonight on my at my team meeting tonight. That was super fun. I'm going to refresh my laptop because I sometimes don't see the comments after first, like maybe sometimes in like 10 minutes after I start a live, I don't see my comments anymore. So the last comment I see is from Kathleen Avery saying yes. Maybe that is the last comment, but that's the last one I see on my side. All right, the next card I'm going to make entails all of these inks, I think. Yes. I like embellished. Thank you so much for voting there, Kathleen. Okay, so I am going to move on to our next card. It'll be our final card for the day. And my inspiration is this card. Roar means happy birthday in dinosaur. It's got a flap here. This one was created by Stamping with Fiona, and she doesn't say where she is from either. Her last name is Harris. So Fiona Harris. Thank you so much for creating this cute card. I know my grandsons would like it, and you know what? Finley's probably going to get this this card. I think it's super cute, and I like how she did stamped a little flower down here, probably in gray granite is my guess. It's gray, so I think that's what the color is that she stamped it in, and then on the inside here. So let's see if I can create this card in my own way. So I'm creating like a sunburst card. And I'm going to try to throw in some dragonflies on this one. We'll see. I've got everything kind of pre-cut to what I want, although I might have to get my paper trimmer out because I was just kind of getting some supplies together. This is Wing It Wednesday, so I will probably head to my paper trimmer. All right, I've got blueberry bushel, and this size is, let me grab my paper trimmer out. I think it's like 6. It's like 6 and 3/8, and it's scored at 2 1/4, or that's 2 inches, so 2 1/8. And it's 5.5 inches tall. So this will be our card base. And I know I want this sunburst on this side here because that is going to be our front piece. I am going to just add the designer paper right to the blueberry bushel, but I need to trim it down. And I really want to have this part be in the center. So our card base is 5.5 inches tall. Or yeah, 5.5 inches tall, right? So put that in there. And I want this centered. So what I'll do is I need to have this 5.25. So quickly, I'll just take off 1/4 inch from each side. Okay, so that brings it down. Oops, to 5.5. Now what I'll do is I'm going to slide it over to 1/8 of an inch and trim that off. And then this should be 5.25. There. So now I know I have that straight. This is 2.5. So, I mean 2 it's scored at 2 1/8. So let's trim it down to 2 inches. Actually, I'm going to trim it down because I don't want to ruin this piece. I don't know if I want 1/8 of an inch or not. I think I do. I'm just going to keep trimming it down a little bit by a little bit. Hey, I've got some more strips to use. So now I'm going to go to 1 7/8. I think that's what the size is going to be. Yep. There we go. So 1 7/8 across. I'm going to go with more of 1/4 of an inch border. And I've got all these little pieces here, which are going to go there. I'm going to glue this on right now, just because I'm building up the card. And that way I can visually kind of see it. And just add this right to this side. Okay, so right now that's what that looks like. And here's this one. She used a basic white thick card base, so that means I'm going to have some white on the left side here. But before I do that, I need to add, we also need to add designer paper over here too. But I also need to add this little flap. And this is a die cut from the Countryside Corners die. This is the size she used. And what you do is you're just going to take this and bring it in a little bit. I use the right side. So let's score it at 1 inch. And I'll grab my bone folder so we can burnish this really nice. Get that to really lay flat for us. And then we're going to glue this piece on here. And I'm going to glue it in enough so we can see that blueberry bushel. And this is going to be our flap. Okay. So I would say you might want to use tear and tape for this. So I've got some leftover from, again, another kit I used. And I will just add some, probably right here. I think that'll be okay with just 2. Take your bone folder and just rub this right across, because that way when you do this, we know that that adhesive is going to be on that basic white. If you don't do that, if you don't press it down hard enough, then you will have bubbles in your adhesive and it will pull off. Believe me, I know. All right, so I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not getting out a ruler. I'm just want to put this about 1/4 of an inch. So now we have that little flap. Okay. Next step is to, actually, should I have done it that way? She put hers right to the edge. Let me grab a piece of scrap here and figure out what color I want on the right side, and then I might have to lift that off. So oh no, I like that actually. I like how that flap, and I can see the blueberry bushel there. I think that might be a little bit too bright. I need to find a piece actually that has some blue in it. What about this one? Because that way we're pulling from the card base colors. Yeah, I like that one. Let's go with that. And then I like that when you close this, you don't see white over here. So that means I can just keep this size here. First, I have to question myself, is there enough room here to actually write a message? And I kind of think there is. So we'll have to just determine. I don't have my ruler here, but I can try to use my paper trimmer to figure out that size of the white. So let's see. I'm going to start at 2 inches and then keep trimming down. It has to be at 5 1/4. So let me just see if this white is 5 1/4, which it is. So we'll start at 2 inches. And then I'm going to trim down that designer paper to 5 1/4. And we're going to adhere this on. Oh, yeah, it's too busy, but I really love the sunburst in this paper. We'll just add our glue to the back side here and get that stuck on. And then we can figure out what size our white needs to be. I'm going to put that right against that fold line on the die cut here. It still folds over really nicely. It's not getting caught with the designer paper. And then this was 2 inches. So looks like I need to trim it down about 1/4 inch. This is a really small piece of white. There. Now I've got the same border here that I do over on the right side. Very small. And I'm lining this up right against the edge of the designer paper. Okay, so we're getting there. Our next step is I'm going to stamp some dragonflies, and I think I'm going to just try one. And I probably, let me think, do I want to stamp or on designer paper or not? I think I'm going to, let's see, I have this piece here that I did stamp on Monday. I think I'm going to try, since I've already got this one stamped, let's grab my paper snips and I'm going to just fussy cut this out and see if I need another 2 or not, or if one's just going to be enough. Try to get this body. It's very small line. Yeah, that wasn't so painful. The sentiment I want to use, this is where we need to add the sentiment. So let's make this a birthday card, should we? Let me see. We'll just put this down here. And then this would go over here somewhere. Or the glitter in the sun, which I think is too tall. I'm torn. I think I'm going to use this one because of the sunburst on the left side. So the color of ink is going to be Blueberry Bushel. That's our card base color. I got one chance at this. I should have stamped it before, but I did. I'm just kind of recreating this card. So let's hopefully I can get this stamped nicely here. Oh, it's a little too low, and sun isn't on there all the way, but I can use my Stampin' Right markers to create the U. All right, got my Blueberry Bushel. Let me see if I can fix this. I'm just gonna add a little tick marks there. That's okay. It's a little low, but that's all right. The dragonfly is going to go over here. I feel like I need to add some of the stars. How about that? What color would I stamp them in now? How about a greeny? Let's see. It's got to be something different than the pinkish color, or the pinkish orangish color. These are a lot of the colors that are in that designer paper. I think Shy Shamrock. It's got to be something different than pink. Let me grab my stamp. I'm working on 2 desks today. I always seem to be working on 2 different desks. I might want to do this second generation ink. So let's just practice over here on our piercing mat. And I'm just going to practice on this basic white so I get the real color. So this is first, second, and third generation. Second generation. So here we go. See if I can ruin it some more. I'm going to put down some white here so I could go over the edge if I wanted to. All right, so we'll just ink that up, stamp off onto our scrap paper, and then let's stamp over here. Again, we'll do the same thing. I'm going to rotate my stamp so I don't get the same direction, and just stamp that there. Stamp off, and let's go this way. And then, where's my little dragonfly? I'm going to go here. So I need to put some over the stars over here. I'm going to protect that edge of Blueberry Bushel. Stamp off, and let's sneak some in here. I'm just stamping very lightly. Get some on the... So we're surrounding the sentiment basically with the Shy Shamrock. There. Now the dragonfly is going to go right in here. I'm going to raise it up with a dimensional. So I'm going to grab, I've got some pieces over here on another sheet. So let's grab these. And I'll add some right there. And right here. And then I'm going to angle it up this way. Now this flap still is kind of bothering me a little bit. So what I can do is try to use that bone folder once again, just to burnish it a little bit more. The embellishments, let's see what we can do. I think it's going to have to be the lighter Summer Splash color. Or do I add the pink? Ooh, the pink. I like the pink. I'm going to put one right on that dragonfly. 1, 2, and let's grab a little tiny one. And I'll add another one right there. Okay, so the envelope, what would I do with the envelope? Oh, I did want to stamp a sun on the inside. Because when you open it up, it's kind of like boring, don't you think? So we can play with the sun. We don't have to make it yellow. Let's make it shaded spruce as the like sunbursty kind of look. Oh no, should I do green? I'm going to go with blue. The blueberry bushel. Because I'm not going to color in the sun on the inside. I just want these right here. And I'm going to take that word hey, H-E-Y, and add it right there. That's cute. Okay, so now we can take that envelope wherever I put it. It's probably, there it is underneath my paper trimmer. We don't need the trimmer anymore. I'm going to put that on my third desk. I'm going to create that same sunburst with the blue. And I'm just going to put one right down there. And I'll take that same word, hey, H-E-Y, and add it right to the middle. I can also add designer paper to the envelope flap. That would even look really good too. So I've got some scraps over here. Why don't I take the time to do that? That is way too no good. That's not good. It's just too bright. Try to find one that has got some blueberry bushel in it. We'll use that one. So I'm going to take my seal and I will travel around the edge with it, right up against the score line on the envelope flap, and then all the way around. Oops, and of course I ran out. I've got one more, I think, up here. There, goodness. And we'll just line it up with the score line and press it good from this side. And then I'm going to repress it over here. Let me show you a really quick and easy way. If you don't want to fussy cut all the way around, just take your trimmer and line it up. Actually, you do have to trim this part at least. That way I can get the envelope right up against here. And I just want to go right about there. And then if you've got any more over the edge, just kind of give it a haircut. And it still looks really nice, even with a point there. You could get your corner rounder and round the corners if you don't like that sharpness there. But that's kind of a simple and quick, easy way to add your designer paper to the back. Here's our front. And then, let's see, here's our card that we created. I like it, it's cute. And then here's our inspiration roar. That was our inspiration. You can add your Wink of Stella too. I just noticed that there's Wink of Stella on that lion. So you could do the same thing with the dragon fly. I mean, we can just add a little bit of Wink of Stella here. It's not going to harm it. It's actually going to make it look really cool. And you can also kind of go around the sun rays here and just make those shine. And there you have it. So that's 2 cards for you. And that's our inspiration for this one. And the other card is, where did I put it? There it is. I see it. Let's put all the cards out that we made on Monday and today. So these are the 2 cards we made today. And I'm going to put a little dimensional here so this stays shut for you so you can see it in full. And then we also have the cards that we made on Monday. This makes a really nice set. And I know I won't be able to, can I fit it all here? Let's see. I think we can. All right, so this card we made Monday and this card we made Monday, and then these are the ones we made today. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. A little crazy. It's whatever you get on Wednesday, right? I don't see like there's any other questions or what have you. So I need to create my team meeting agenda next. Stamp the back side of these cards and put them in my clear envelopes. Actually, I might save these. I'm going to save these and send them out to some friends. I've got I think a niece's birthday is coming up, so I'll have to look at my calendar and see. This would be perfect for her. And so excited for you. Maybe somebody that got a promotion. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know anybody that has had a promotion, but I'll save it for somebody that has something exciting going on with their life. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really enjoy being on at 10 o'clock in the morning. So my next live will be on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time right here on YouTube. And then again, I'll have another live the following Wednesday, which, yeah, I can still do that. I have a class in person at the independent living facility, but that I don't have to leave for that until like 11:30. So I will be able to sneak in a live next Wednesday too. So thanks so much for following along. Hopefully you learned something new today. And don't forget about this download. It is free on my website. And that website is inspiredbygraham.com. And it's a printable, it's a PDF, it's in color, of course. And it gives you all of the main supplies, tools and such, measurements and directions. So that is free to you to use how you wish. So I hope you have a lovely day today. It is sunny and bright outside because we have all this snow reflecting and making all kinds of glitter. All right, take care, be well, and be safe out there. Have a good day.